Alexa, turn it up to 7. Alexa, turn it down to 2. I don't know if I needed to shout anyway, but I had to. Good morning and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary again this morning. And you know what we do best? Alexa, turn it down to 0. Like I say, I'm going to actually put it on note. Yeah, because I'm still going to play the music at the end of the broadcast. So, you know I love it. I love it when I have to stand up and then, make my presentation. That's why I love using my kitchen. And at the same time, it sort of kind of, shield me away from any kind of interference and all that. So I love it. I love standing up. And when I get into the conversation, I can easily describe, demonstrate what I am trying to pass across. So I love it. So thank you for joining me again this morning from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Share the broadcast. We can't have 200 people watching, 500 people watching, and we barely have 30, 40, 60, 80, 100 people sharing the broadcast. It doesn't really add up. So make it happen. As you are watching, as you are joining, share the video, even though you may not like what I'm going to say at the end of the day, right? But someone on your timeline may actually need this message. That's how we get it passed across. Nigeria is being led by mumus. I don't want to use stupid people so that those who always flag my page, they won't have an excuse. They won't have a sort of a tool to report the page or the video or the broadcast to Facebook. So I use the word mumu. So it will take Facebook some time to understand what that mumu means. That it's actually the stupid people. The most stupid people, the proud mumus. You don't expect idiots, right, to be proud. Like, if you want to see a country where idiots, where we have proud idiots, empty people, brainless people, people without any substance, right, who found themselves in position of authority. And today, they are so proud that they are who they are in their own emptiness. You can abuse me if you are a Buharididinrins watching me. If you are a Buharideen or Buharididinrins, a Buharidinotu or a Buharidijatu, a Buhari Shuku Nnekari or Ngoziari, you may be an obedient fool, humbled slave, sophisticated moron. Maybe you are actually the smartest, one of those smartest ones who live abroad, supporting Buhari from Canada, supporting Buhari from Ontario, Canada, supporting Buhari from Washington, Maryland, America, supporting Buhari from London, Manchester, Birmingham, UK. Yes, you are the smartest Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers and the Mumu lecturers, the Abroadians, the Abroadian Buharididinrins. You're going to get offended. Of course, you're not going to like most of what I'm going to say, right? But what I'm going to say today is actually going to be the honest, purest truth if you are watching me for the first time. So I am here to get you offended about the lies and the beliefs that you have been standing upon, defending for years, I am here to make you feel offended for believing those lies for so long. That is, if my message touches you today, so you are going to get offended. Nigeria is being led by brainless idiots who are so proud in their ignorance. They are so proud in their emptiness, right? No substance, that they begin to feel so entitled. In fact, in their own emptiness and ignorance, Nigerian politicians and so many of them feel like they are doing us a favor for being in office. That is what empty, proud, ignorant mumus. That is what proud idiots, that's what they feel like. They feel like they are doing you a favor. You should be grateful that I am your president. In fact, if not, maybe many of you will be living inside the gutters now. They feel like they are doing you a favor. And that is how, proud idiots feel. Especially if you now put empty idiots in charge of a country. What do you get? You get a completely disorganized society, and you can pick from this, you can pick your evidence from their emptiness as well, their utterances, their gaffes. We laugh at them, but you don't know that these guys are actually sitting at the topmost decision-making agencies, offices, parastatals across the country, deciding for the rest of the country. Idiots. And that is why those who are smart enough supporting Buhari from outside Nigeria, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, and the Mumumadus, those Abroadians that will tell you that Buhari is the best thing that happened to Nigeria, ever since the invention of sliced bread. But they will never relocate to Nigeria. No, they are not stupid. They are smart. Okay? They know that those who are there being used as specimen by Boko Haram, being used for specimen right now, they deserve that according to those smart, Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, and the Mumumadus, the Abroadians, Buharideens. They are not stupid. They're not going to take their families there. No, they're not stupid. They're not going to take their businesses there. No, but they will tell you the guy is doing the best. It's the best thing that happened to you since the invention, since the discovery of sliced bread. Buhari is the best thing. And let's take a few quotes from them. The Dumbo Dunderhead, Dumbo Dunderhead, in charge of EFCC in Nigeria. I'm going to give you a bit of background of that criminal that you call Magu. And it is only a country like Nigeria that a Magu, right, would be relevant. Someone who cannot even handle, who shouldn't even be employed as your official security man, the gate man in your house. That Magu, Ibrahim Magu, the most stinkingly corrupt human being ever to head an organization that is going after corrupt people. How deluded are many of you who believe indeed the Magu of Buhari is fighting corruption, and he's become so deluded that he just told his gathering where the senior Dunderhead, Buhari, was also sitting down. He was there, and Dunderhead Ibrahim Magu said, coronavirus, maybe, I strongly believe that coronavirus is caused by corruption. And this is the same Magu. When Buhari came to power, they told us the story of how Alison Madukwe was the Minister of Petroleum under Goodluck Jonathan. She was, at least for a very long time, maybe in the last 40 years, she was the first Minister of Petroleum in Nigeria. Most of the time, those head of state and the rest of them, they make themselves ministers. Then they appoint a state minister, which will be like a junior minister in the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. Buhari came to power. He made himself Minister of Petroleum. Obasanjo ruled for 8 years. He made himself Minister of Petroleum. Guess what? Diezani was the only petroleum minister that was actually a substantive petroleum minister. under Goodluck Jonathan. So Buhari came in. They told us Diezani stole over $100 billion. Hey! Diezani must be a witch. Diezani, for being a minister for less than 4 years, is actually richer. She's richer than Bill Gates. She's richer than what's this guy named? The guy who owns Amazon. But educated people believe Magu. A Magu, 90 billion, $100 billion. In fact, Diezani was about to, in 2015, the story was, Diezani was about to return $90 billion to Nigeria because Buhari was about to extradite her from UK. It never happened. Let me give you a story. Since Buhari came to power, since Buhari, Mr. Integrity, and since Ibrahim Magu, who has been rejected 3 times by the National Assembly, he's never been confirmed because of what? Because of his own corruption that is being hidden from the general public. But they are not really hidden from the general public. They are actually open there. Since Buhari came to power, he is yet to this minute that you are watching me live from wherever you are watching from all over the world, to this minute, Buhari's government is yet to make an official request from the UK government to extradite Diezani back to Nigeria. That is number 1. Number 2, Nigerian government under Buhari for the past 4 years, as much as they have made so much noise about Diezani thievery and all of that, yeah, they are yet to actually institute a case against Diezani in the UK on behalf of Nigerian government, just to show that, okay, we are going after her. We want to take this. Rather, what they have managed to do is, as usual, every property traced to Diezani agreed to be proceed of corruption without her being present in court to defend herself or whatever. Guess what? Those are the ones Nigeria managed to get in Nigeria. But when it comes to those money they told us Diezani stole and they put everywhere all over the world, this and that, Nigeria government under Buhari, under Magu, in the last 4 years, they are yet to make an official request for Diezani to come and face her charges in Nigeria. Take that from me. So they can use media to say all manner of rubbish, but they are yet to ask UK government. They are yet to ask UK courts for Diezani to come and account for $100 billion they said she stole. At some point, Magu told us that Diezani, she returned 90 billion. There are so many Buharideens and the Buharididinrins. There are so many educated, humbled slaves, obedient fools. There are so many well-exposed, well-traveled Mumumadus, Bele lecturers, and the Mumu lecturers. Who told us then that Diezani returned 90 billion to Magu, which happened to be false? Lies. Now, let me give you a background of this same Magu criminal. Do you know that, I believe many of you actually know this. It's just going to be a sort of a reminder. Do you know that one of the reasons why the National Assembly failed or refused to confirm Magu as a EFCC chairman 3 solid times are because, 1, in Ibrahim Magu's EFCC, there are those they called informant of the EFCC. This informant of EFCC will relate with criminals, try to understand how whatever they are doing criminally, then they will release this information. They are like whistleblowers. They release this information to EFCC. So, under Ibrahim Magu, there is an arrangement. Whenever this informant reports to Magu, report anyone to Magu, EFCC will go after that person, confiscate all their, I'm not even talking about politicians now, okay? I'm talking about private individuals now, caught in criminal act. I'm talking about Yahoo, fraudsters and all of that. You would expect Ibrahim Magu and his team at least to be accountable. This is what they do. Whenever the informant report to EFCC, it's like your friend snitching on you. So EFCC will come, arrest you, take over all the properties known to you, cars, houses, office, anything they know to you. You see that informant that brought that information, EFCC will give him 20% of the value of everything they seize from you. Okay? Then Instead of EFCC to stick to that 20%, they started making deals with some of these their informants. I forgot the guy's name, and I'm going to tell you the story. The one that really nailed Magu, the current EFCC chairman in Nigeria. The man going after thieves in Nigeria. This is what happened. So Ibrahim Magu and his team, they will now make a deal with some of these criminals or those alleged fraudsters. Ibrahim Magu and his EFCC, right, will then make you sign away all the property seized from you. Or if you are ready to go on, they will take you to court. So two options. Do you want to go to court and fight this? Or you want to sign off the properties we seize from you so that we will release you. There will be no case. So stuff like cars, houses. Then Ibrahim Magu now has a pal, a very, very powerful, strong informant that has become so rich that the guy has private jets. He's an informant to EFCC. In 4 years, the guy can afford to buy a private jet. And in this private jet, because he's Magu's friend, it's more or less like using a proxy to cover for you from all the thieveries you are doing in the agency. This Magu's friend is so influential that, right, he now flies a private jet owned by him for being an informant to EFCC Magu. So, eventually, the guy himself became, became someone of interest that another agency was investigating for corruption. They now found out that he is a friend to Magu, right? In fact, many times, Ibrahim Magu has flown, he's flown in his, in his private jet to so many destinations just for fun. You know, just say, there's this manifest that said, you, Ibrahim Magu, and this guy, you flew in so person's private jet because of your closeness to that. In fact, we have traced some of these properties that EFCC allegedly seized from criminals. But because they didn't go to court, they managed to cut a deal with Magu, not with EFCC, with Magu. They found some of these properties now in the name of this Alhaji, Ibrahim Magu's friend. Because of that, you are corrupt. We are not going to confirm you as EFCC chairman. Buhari kept him. Same way, the Were that is the in charge of a Nigerian army, Buratai the butcher, the killer. Number one, his tenure has expired. He should be out of office right now. There should be any other junior ranking officer or any other qualified officer to take over as the chief of army staff in Nigeria right now. But Buhari is keeping him. You know why? Because he's pledged his allegiance to Buhari to protect Buhari's regime, not to Nigeria. This guy killed over 1,000 Nigerians in Nigeria. They call them the Shiite. He said they blocked his way. They blocked his convoy. Nothing happened to his soldiers or anybody. He ordered the soldiers from different barracks around the area in Zaria and he mobilized them to the scene. They were killing people as if to say they were playing games. This butcher, Buratai, is from Borno State. Boko Haram are killing his own people in Borno State. The Were came out and he said, they have defeated insurgency. They are now fighting terrorism. What the fuck is that? Right? Buhari brought him because Buhari said those who are in charge of Nigerian army before 2015, they were incompetent, they were corrupt, and they were probably infidels, people who don't have faith, like Islam. So he had to bring in people who he believed that would do the job. And Buratai the butcher was brought in. The Were came out and said, they have defeated insurgency. They are now fighting terror. What the fuck is that? We have bandits kidnapping and killing people at will. We have Boko Haram, still stronger than ever. We have ISWAP, now killing people, kidnapping like ISIS. We have Ansaru in Sokoto, who are now very much more violent than even the ISWAP. Right? We have Fulani herdsmen that are always favored, covered, protected by the power that be in Nigeria. Right? So what the fuck is we've defeated the insurgency? We are only fighting terrorism. There is a state-sponsored terrorism, and these guys are behind it. I was reading something earlier, and it was about the fact that the current settings of those who are in charge of Nigeria, I mean, the close-knit family ties that they have is more or less like that is why they are treating Buhari as an emperor to them. Reason is because Buhari is surrounded by family members who are either NSA, who are either cousins, nephews, and so on and so forth, holding different strategic security-making positions in the country, and they are messing the whole thing up only for the chief of army staff to tell us that they've defeated insurgency. They are only fighting terrorism. Nigeria has been fighting terrorism for the past 11 years. One of the reasons why Buhari became president was because he told them that he would defeat terrorism, not insurgency. And there is another one. Even Buhari himself, empty dunderhead, right, came out to say that traditional leaders are responsible for security. The same guy that pledged to protect them. I will protect you. I will do everything. I will relocate the army headquarters to your area. I will protect your children. Your children will be able to go to school. La story. They won't be able to go to school because Nigeria is being led by proud mumus. The smart Buharideens who sold you change and next level are now supporting Buhari from Maryland, London, and Ontario, while the home-based Buharididinrins bear the brunt. Who is a fool? Buhari, one of the things that Buharididinrins and the Buharideens were so, they are thumping their chest like a dwarf donkey. Or probably like a dwarf monkey. Let me put it that way. They are thumping their chest. If Buhari became president, Boko Haram will become a thing. Nigeria will be respected again all over the world. Are you being respected all over the world now? Or you are just making this mirage up in your warped mind to make you feel at least there's something to cling on to? The smart ones among you who speak English, they love it. They even have access to some of the medias in Nigeria. Nigeria media connect with them. The Buharideens and the Buharididinrins living abroad. The Abroadians, Mumu Bele lecturers and the Mumu lecturers. The smart ones, they are not really so smart. Because if they are, I don't see what actually makes it so comfortable for you to defend any barbarity going on in that place. If it is, indeed, but it's not. I want to believe. The smart ones, if you are indeed smart, right? But in the Nigeria context, just like they say, that Buhari is more intelligent than his followers. And I quite agree. Because if you see him open his mouth and talk, you just feel like, man, what the heck, man? And then you see some intelligent people with PhD, Dr. This, I'm a barrister. I studied international. Alaye, get out. Get the fuck out of here. You study international law. You wasted those years understanding how law works. And you stand up and say Buhari is the best for Nigeria. And you still come on social media to thump your chest and say you studied international law. You have been living in America for 30 years. And you have been this and that. Shut the fuck up. And stop deceiving those morons that you keep telling that they should hang on. They should wait. Everything will work out. Buhari is doing so well for them and the rest of that. Guess what? They will be consumed. Even Buhari will not be spared. And the truth is, no one is going to be spared. Not even Buhari. For now, Buhari will be protected. Abi, he will leave that power and he will return to that Daura. They will give him army watching over his place, right? But do you know why they're going to do that? Because he's not safe too. No one is safe. From Daura, where he came from himself, right now, you are better off living in Syria than staying in so many parts of that same Katsina state right now. I mean, a state where bandits had the audacity to walk into government house, and the governor also trekked down to the bush to negotiate with bandits. Meanwhile, the president of the country came from that same state, so they had to respect the bandits. They had to go into the bush to negotiate with them for the release of kidnapped Nigerians that the same dunderhead in Abuja promised to protect. Someone who can protect his own people. How do you think it's going to actually feel if they say they are killing people in Delta, they are killing people in Ondo, What do you think is going to, do you really think it's going to actually like flare up like, oh my God, they shouldn't kill people? Do you think that's how he feels? They're killing his own people. Right there. He can't even protect them. Buratai, the butcher, the one that loves to flex muscle against hip-hop. If you want to enjoy how powerful Buratai, the butcher is, put a camera in front of him and let him tell you how he feels or how he believes they can defeat hip-hop. You will see him going, lyrical, going philosophical, making, like a Malamu, the Malami or Malamu, the Attorney General, another Mumu in charge of law in Nigeria. So same way, put Buratai the butcher in front of a camera and ask him to tell you how he's going to crush hip-hop. You will see him sounding like he's intelligent, even though he's going to be sounding more stupid here. There's any word like that. That's who they are. Proud idiots. Ignorant, empty idiots. In charge of, who are in charge of critical structures or decision-making platforms in Nigeria. Idiots. We said it. How else, how do you think they can end Boko Haram war? Someone said, okay, Maiyegun, why don't you come and carry gun? You are stupid. If you are one of those who think like that Maiyegun should come down and carry gun and face Boko Haram to defeat Boko Haram for you, you are stupid as the same people who are leading Nigeria. If that is the mentality you have as well. They were trained. They were paid to do that job. And the moment you know, as a commander, the moment you know that you are losing more men to these killing machines, the terrorists, what do? You devise another means. Ask for resources to pursue that and wipe them off if you are not making money from it. Why should I carry gun? When I'm encouraging your government to invest in drones to wipe out all these criminals, you are on Facebook asking Maiyegun to come and carry gun for you. Are you not as stupid as those who are leading you? Is that not the reason why your army is now recruiting more people to send to the war front to go and face Boko Haram? Meanwhile, the same army, your same army can devise resources. They can invest resources into acquiring drones, surveillance drones, armed drones. So if you don't see that as another way to end this, and you sit down to write jargons, to find excuses for this dunderhead, because that's how they lasted this long. There are people who will sit down and say, I think I understand what he's trying to say. Let me be honest with you. The guy who is talking doesn't even understand what he's saying. Even Buhari ask him a very, very important question and expect him to converse with you, to have a conversation with you. You will realize that he doesn't even understand what he's saying. Then you, educated moron, educated programmed mumu, because you want to tell us what Buhari didn't tell us, because you are educated, you understand, you are a mind reader. That is why some of you ended up in shame. So many things you projected for Buhari, they all came back as rubbish, your own imagination. Because Buhari, who said them, didn't even understand what he was saying. He didn't understand. In all honesty, when he talks, he doesn't understand what he says. But you sit on Facebook, on Twitter, start giving us in Singapore. In Singapore in 1949, in the United States of America, when you are mad. You are simply mad. You know why? You are trying to create what is not there. The politicians who told you these things don't even believe in them. So that's why you should stop. Stop speaking for them. I said, invest in drones. The whole world is more or less like, okay, fine. You know what? To wipe out these criminals, they have camps. They have routes. They even have roadblock where people pay tax. They collect tax from different communities in the north, as I'm talking to you right now. 120,000 of those who ran away from Borno to Cameroon. The Governor Zulu, 4 days ago or thereabout, had to travel to Niger Republic to go and meet these guys. Over 120,000 Nigerians, they are there. They've been there for years. So the dunderhead in Abuja will rather wait and recruit you and say, come, let's go and defeat Boko Haram. As if to say we are still in 1940 or we are still in 1960. where you have to learn how to carry your shakabula everywhere. They still give shakabula to their soldiers to go and face Boko Haram, when indeed the same government can invest in technology that will first identify their location. There are satellite pictures. Americans, Europeans, they have all these satellite pictures of all these armed terrorists in Nigeria and where they are based in the north. Even news media houses in the UK, they will give you data of the location of Boko Haram fighters in the northeast. But ask one weary in uniform who is so powerful whenever he sees civilian, and they are there clapping for the idiots, proud idiots in charge of decision-making process in that country. Proud idiots. He doesn't know. Ask him. Mr. General, give us details about Boko Haram fight. Tell us what you know, your intel. Give us an idea. He doesn't know. And he will hide behind national security reason. I can't say some things. Proud idiots. Oyibo will come out and tell you everything that is going on, what they are doing about it. They keep the rest, how they are going to tackle the whole problem. But they will tell you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We have drafted special forces down there. We have also drafted this and that. We are going to do this and that. Blah, blah, blah. Oyibo will talk to you, give you updates. The way is leading Nigeria. They will say national security reason. Common criminals. Proud idiots. And they have followers. That's why we have names for them. The Buharideens, the Buharididinrins, the Buharidinotus, the Buharidijatus, the Buharishukus, Unekaharis, Ungoziaris, the obedient fools, the humbled slaves, sophisticated morons, mumadus, Bele lecturers. Those are the abroadians who stay abroad. The Bele lecturers, the mumu lecturers, and the mumumadus. We have names for them. When these proud idiots addresses them, they don't make any sense. Things don't add up. They don't add up. But these programmed idiots who listen to them and spread this, they give it a different explanation, trying to explain to their fellow idiots that, you know what our senior idiot said. He's saying what he's trying. You may not understand him. Some people don't understand Buhari. You know, I understand the president. I know what he's trying to say. You are mad. That is why everything you have been doing, because you understand what he is trying to do. Meanwhile, you don't understand what he's trying to do at all. On this issue of security. You know what I mean? So that is why we have to add that I said it. Use technology. That shouldn't even be something that should be so hard. Someone said talk is cheap because you are stupid. That is why talk is cheap to you. Yeah, that's it. If you say advising a government that is so incompetent, right, in their ineptitude, that someone is now saying, stop sending your soldiers to go and die. Stop sending them on suicide missions, right? Before you do that, why not get more technology? Technology that now wipe off terrorists with a bank. Why not devise that? Why must everyone carry guns and go and die? Why? Why can't you do that? Oh, you don't know what you are talking about. Someone even told me, said, do you know that there is no internet network in Sambisa? I was like, Nigeria need help. Nigeria need help. I mean, serious one. And I don't think Nigeria can be helped. That is why the ideal thing is for everyone to start working towards breaking that country into either 2, 3, 4, or 5 countries. Let everyone go and take care of their problems and their people differently. Because Nigeria cannot be helped. Educated idiots on social media was telling me that this Maiyegun will just be talking rubbish. There is no internet. All this fake. There's no power. There's no internet to control any drone. This Maiyegun is stupid. I was like, what the heck? 21st century. You need help. Internet, electricity for armed drones. In 21st century. From a Nigerian who wanted to sound intelligent. He wanted to defend Buhari. He wanted to contribute. But empty dunderheads. Morons with smartphones. That's what I call them. Right? So we advised end the war, save lives, let people who are living in IDP camps now, let them go back to their communities. Those Fulani criminals who have killed, maimed, destroyed their people's homes and villages, send them away, took over their land. Do you know that is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life? I've heard of people attacking villages, running away. But I have never, ever, ever, ever heard of bandits attacking a village, killing as many people as possible, while the rest of them run away, and they take over the land, they rename the villages. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Under Buhari, that's what happened. That is what is going on in Borno. That is what is going on in Adama. That's what is going on in Kaduna. Right now. But they will change the narrative, change the story, make it look like it's not that bad. 3 nights ago, or 4 nights ago, thereabout, I think 3 nights ago or thereabout, let's say 1, 2, that should be 3 nights ago. They were all on their way to, I think it should be 4 on Sunday, it was on Sunday evening. They were all on their way to Kaduna to go and celebrate. You know, usually when they want to go for those kind of a party, you know, they get together. You know what they do? They fly in their private jets down there. But for some reason, not all of them flew in their private jets. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, was on a train ride. His convoy, with all the security, with all the police, Mopo, everybody guiding them, they know born and well to drive his convoy on Kaduna Abuja Expressway. Take that from me. Minister of Transportation, with all his security, everything, could not drive on Kaduna Abuja Expressway for his own safety. He had to jump on the train, right? Send his convoy and the rest of them to go and wait for him in Kaduna. The man, no one died. He jumped on the train to Kaduna. When they got to Rigasa train station, as they were coming out of Rigasa, and Amechi's convoy were coming in to pick him, as he was leaving, they started hearing the gunshot. Meanwhile, there were 2 ways. I can't remember the second road, but there's another road that they expected that, this should be the normal route that everyone takes into town. But as the minister, I think they wanted to go through another route. They had to turn back, make a detour, come back here, take the normal route that other people are also scampering to run through because of the gunshot. In fact, people said they killed one of his aides, one of the security men. 10 o'clock that evening, Amechi was on Twitter. It's a lie. There's no attack. Nothing. I didn't see anything. Blah, 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 blah. Story. They used all the night to cook up the story they are going to tell the world. I don't know the game. I don't know why. You got attacked? Yes. That's a clarion call. Nigerians have been attacked repeatedly. People have died. So if you get attacked and you are alive, Mr. Minister, stand up and let the president know that Baba is worse. I could have been killed. Today is National Executive Council meeting. Amechi should have been so bold enough, honest enough, not to deny and use today to let Buhari and the rest of the ministers know that we are not safe. We are not safe. Instead of Amechi to do that, he denied. Only for us to hear him yesterday that his Chief Security Officer, CSO, died of electrocution that night that they got attacked in Rigasa, where people reported that one of his aides died. Amechi denied. 2-3 days later, they released a report that said his chief security officer died of electrocution inside hotel toilets in Kaduna. What the heck? How can they be so heartless? With truth, the guy left Abuja to hotel that the minister is going to stay because he's the minister's chief security officer. He's in charge of those who are protecting the minister. The guy got electrocuted in the toilet. Jesus. Electrocuted. And died. That's the news. Just to let you know that there was no attack on Amechi or his convoy or other Nigerians in Rigasa. Look at that. Think about that as well. They are dishonest. They are empty. Many of them are ignorant, greedy, and proud. That is exactly what makes it so bad. You know, when you start feeling entitled, Buhari feels like he's doing you a favor. Like it's like, I am the president, I'm the emperor, I am the one who can save you. I can save you. Oh, I can ruin you. I can do this. I can do what I want. Emperor Buhari, whatever I do for you, be grateful. That is why Femi Oponu Adesina or Femi Odaju Adesina said, you should be grateful that Boko Haram no longer bomb you. They only behead you. You should be grateful to Buhari. Femi Oponu Adesina or Femi Odaju Adesina. They are entitled. They feel entitled. Why are you guys complaining? We can decide not to take care of you. You should be grateful to us. Yes, to us. We did this. We are trying to make your life whatever, but you should be grateful to us. Freaking self-entitled bastards. That's what we call them. If you don't believe in me, you're just gonna die. Look around you. You've got bandits. You've got Boko Haram. You've got kidnappers. You've got Fulani herdsmen. Everyone from the north, east, west, and the south, right? Everyone is endangered. Look up to me. If I am saving you, just know that I am doing it because I have mercy on you. That is the kind of life this self-entitled morons who now controls the levels of government. Sense of entitlement. They are so entitled. Even though they are so empty, like emptier than a pangolo. Electricity they can't generate and distribute. Good healthcare system they can't develop and build. Good educational system they can't design, develop and build, grow. A good economy for everyone. They can't think, build and grow. So empty. Even to protect themselves, they can't do it successfully because they are so empty. They are so inept. They are so God. You know what I mean? Because if they were better, you and I shouldn't be talking about all these lapses. We shouldn't. We should be talking about policies that are not really working, but the system is working. The system has collapsed. Because you have empty, don't-diet idiots making the decision for the rest of the country. You don't expect idiots to perform wonders. Only idiots will not really count on his ability, and they will look up to a miracle and say, God will do something. God can surprise us. God can take someone with no experience and he can make him the leader. What the fuck is that? God doesn't do that. Stop it. There's no God that's going to make you who has no... Come on. When you start believing in that myth, that is why you can make a dunderhead, no school certificate, no prior training, no special skill, no skill at all, to become your president. And you that have spent years acquiring knowledge and all of that to uplift humanity out of the present whatever precarious situation we are, you are studying for years, and then you will stand up and defend a dunderhead. You make up things for him. You make him look like he's more than what he is when he's absolutely nothing. Then when he turn around, he's not giving back everything you assume for him. Do you feel disappointed? Only few. They say, oh, I thought Buhari was going to be the best. No, 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 no. Stop thinking. You are thinking for an empty drum. You are thinking for a dunderhead. No one should be thinking for, by the way. And that is why there's no result. Dunderheads in charge, from the military to the public service. Look at them. Look at them. Look at those who are representing you in different offices, making decisions on your behalf. And the consequences of their decisions are what you all have today. Insecurity, unemployment, inequality, assault, abuses from the security agents, illegal arrest, illegal detention, abuse of justice system, judiciary becoming toothless bulldog, and they are no longer the last bastion of hope of an ordinary man. They say they are no longer that. You now have a confused society where anything goes because you have dunderhead idiots as your leaders. It's a straightforward. It is a straightforward truth. You don't expect dunderhead to perform miracle. Dunderheads who believe that coronavirus is caused by corruption, and you, idiot, you sat there trying to tell us you understand what he was trying to say. The same way you programmed mumus told us that you understood what Buhari was trying to say, even when he told us that he had no brain to do the job in 2015. You still said, no, he's there. What Buhari is trying to say is that if he had become president since 10 years ago, he would have changed Nigeria. Dunderheads defending another dunderhead. Junior dunderheads defending senior dunderheads. All programmed idiots. And at the same time, when they are tired, when they don't know why they are where they are, then they turn to God. They say, God, why is God not doing something now? God, come and do something for us. God, please, God, come and deal with these leaders for us. They are not good. Meanwhile, the dunderheads who elect them will continue to elect them, except when we start changing. Thank you so much for your time. I just needed to add that today, and I believe that should hit home as well. Bullseye. So thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing. I'll see you some other time. Good morning. Alexa, turn it up to 7. As usual. The volume 7.
Nigerian people want to improve. But since you don't let us obey, we don't tire to complain. The economy just the fall. But it's just the trouble around the world. Your office there for sky. For applying for work in the country to fly. We're looking for different work in the ground. Certificate is everything ground. Ababa Buhari. Election beginning now. I make you collect and you hold them. I still keep collecting the jail out. Ababa Buhari. You get portion. After the election, where them do. We still wait for the change. All the promise when they make. They don't be like.
I'll see you some other time.